So let's start lying down on our mat. And I was saying at the start of class, yeah, if you can have wall space, that's wonderful. If not, don't worry about it. And let's just take a minute to feel each point of contact of your body with the floor. Feel how your body is supported. And for the next few moments, try and completely release. Relax every muscle you consciously can. Feel that you're being held by the earth. And just do a gentle scan of your body. Checking in with how you feel today. Physically, but also check in how you feel emotionally, energetically. Just using this awareness to build up a picture in our mind. Of how we feel before practice, and then how we feel after practice. And then let's bring attention to our breath. Really feeling that you're taking a deep inhale and filling not only your belly but also your chest. And exhale, release your chest, your belly. Let's seal our lips here and just breathe through our nose. Feeling that on the exhale, those points of contacts of your body with the ground get a little bit heavier as we release down. And on our inhale, they get a little bit lighter. On the next inhale, let's reach our arms up overhead, going into a full body stretch. Point your toes, fingers as far away from you as possible. Really nice. And then from here, let's bend our knees, plant our feet down, keep our feet hip width apart. You can check that by taking your two fists, pulling them together, and then just checking, do they fit snugly in between your legs? That's about hip width apart. Walk your heels in until they're underneath your knees. So feel that there is support from your heels all the way up into your knees. Toes are pointing away from you. Really nice. And first of all, we're just going to think a little bit about our pelvis, about our lower back. So I want you to inhale, draw your pelvis in. Imagine that you're almost zipping up your belly. And feel how your lower back is pressed down to the mat. Exhale, release, allowing that pelvis to come back to neutral and taking note of that kind of small curve in our lower back. That's our natural position. Inhale, draw your pelvis in. Feel that lower back press down. Check now. Your fingers can't fit underneath there. Your back is flush to the mat. And exhale, release. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, pelvis in. Press your lower back down. Exhale back to neutral, coming into that gentle curve in our back. Inhale here. Press it down. And exhale, release. Really nice. Now let's bring our hands palm down to the ground, either side of our hips. On the inhale, press into your heels, your big toe, the ball of your big toe, and lift your lower back, middle back, and upper back. Press into your feet. See, can you lift your hips a little bit higher, keeping your knees hip-width apart. Gaze up towards the ceiling. Exhale, release upper back, middle back, lower back. Really nice. We're going to do that again. Press into your big toe, the heels of your feet, the inner heels, lifting the lower back, middle back, upper back. Really press in to those heels and lift those hips a little bit higher, and see, can you roll your shoulders underneath you? Interlace your fingers, press your forearms down to the ground, and use that lovely opposition to help lift your hips a little bit higher. Gaze is still up towards the ceiling. Keep those knees hip-width apart. Inhale here. Exhale, upper back, middle back, lower back. Really nice. From here, let's draw our knees in towards our chest. And feel that our lower back is flush down on the mat. Palms are going to be down by our bum. Relax your shoulders, so roll them down. Press into our heels, so our feet are almost like they're pressing onto a wall. Lovely. Inhale here. Exhale, straighten out that right leg. Draw your navel in, inhale back to center. Inhale here. Draw that navel in towards your spine. Feel your lower back is pressed down. Keep that lovely relationship there as we straighten out our left leg. Hovering it from the ground. Exhale here. Inhale. Back to center. So inhale, we're keeping that tension with our core, that lovely stabilization. So draw your navel in the whole time here. Straighten out that right leg, hover it. Back to center. Draw that navel in, straighten out that left leg, hover it. Back to center. Really nice. Then from here, really pressing our lower back down, we're going to lift our shoulder blades off the mat. Chest is lifted up, gaze is forward. Reach your arms up as if you're holding a big beach ball here. We're going to straighten our legs. So our hands and feet are up towards the sky. Inhale here, draw your navel in, feel your lower back is pressed down. Straighten out that right leg. Hands are up towards the ceiling. Draw that right leg in. Try and keep it as straight as possible. Navel in towards spine. Exhale, left leg down. Inhale back up. You're going to do that 2 more times. Draw your navel in. Exhale, right leg. Hover it off the ground. Come back to center. Draw your navel in. Exhale, left leg. Come back to center. Really nice. We're going to bend our knees here. Keeping your hands where they are. Draw your navel in here. And this time we're going to straighten out our right leg, hover it, and bring our hands out to the outside of our left leg. Holding that big beach ball. Hold. Let's come back to center. Bring that right leg in. Feel that lower back is pressed down. Navel in towards spine. Take a breath here. Straighten out that left leg. Hover it. Hands to the outside of our right leg. Holding that big beach ball. Lower back is pressed down to the mat. Navel draw into spine. Hold. Back to center. Bring that left leg in. We're going to do that again. You can hear the energy in my voice. We're going to do that again, both sides. Draw your navel in towards spine. Lift your shoulder blades off the mat. Feel your lower back is pressed down. Energy coursing through your fingers here. Draw that navel in, straighten out that right leg, hover it. Hands come to the outer edge of our left knee. Hold. Feel your lower back press down, navel in towards spine. Back to center, bring that right leg in. Take a deep breath here. Exhale, straighten out that left leg, hold. Hands come to the outside of our right knee. Lower back still pressed down on the mat. Navel in towards spine, hold. Exhale, leg comes in, back to center. Release yourself down. Hands come onto our knees and let's just do some gentle circles. Starting to warm up that core. Lovely. Let's reverse those circles. And then from here, bring your hands underneath the backs of your knees. And we're going to do 3 rolls to come to seated. Really nice. From here, let's bring our legs behind us. Hands underneath our shoulders, knees underneath our hips. Press into your hands here slightly. Draw your navel in towards your spine. And let's just come into a cat-cow. So, chin towards you. Curve that spine. Exhale. Inhale. Drop your stomach, lift your head. Exhale, round your spine, chin to chest. Inhale, drop your stomach, lift your head. Exhale, lengthen that tailbone, down. Inhale, chest through your arms. Let's come back to center into that natural neutral tabletop position. And now I want you to imagine that there's a pole going through the top of your head, all the way down your chest, out through your lower back. Lovely. And we're going to do circles around the pole. So another way of thinking about it is we're on the inside of a barrel and we have a paintbrush stuck to our back and we're painting a circle along the inside of the barrel. So draw your tummy down to the side, back up. Exhale to the side. Release your belly as you drop it down. Draw your navel in as you come up. Releasing that belly. Draw it in as you come up to the sides. Exhale, release it. Inhale, draw it in. Exhale, release it as you go down. And trying to keep this movement as much as possible in your torso. And let's reverse those circles. Release that belly. Draw it in as we come up. Exhale, release. Inhale, draw it in. Exhale, release. And inhale in. Exhale, release. Really nice. Let's come into that neutral tabletop position and check to see if you have space in front of you, arm length space. If not, just set yourself up. I'm going to come here. Lovely. So from here, we're going to do what's called bird dog. Okay? So opposite leg and opposite arm are going to work together. I'm going to show you 2 variations. Variation 1, straighten out that left arm. Keep that right knee bent, reach it up. Inhale here, exhale, draw your navel in towards your spine. Left elbow comes to right knee. Inhale, keep that knee bent. Exhale, elbow to knee, draw the navel in. Inhale, exhale. Your core, your navel is drawn in towards your spine throughout the whole process. We're using our breath here on the inhale. Exhale, reaching arm, leg out. That's variation 1. Variation 2, the leg is going to stay long. So I'll do it on the opposite side. Right arm reaches out. Left leg comes out long. Draw your navel in towards your spine here. Inhale here. Exhale. Elbow to knee. Inhale, straighten out. Exhale. Elbow to knee. Inhale, out. Exhale. Elbow kisses knee. Okay, so choose whichever variation feels right for you. Spread your fingers, plant your hands, press into your hands here so we're not just allowing our weight to sink down into our shoulders. Draw your navel in towards your spine. Stabilization is happening here. So we stabilize that area so we're not just dumping our weight down. Lovely. Let's start with our right hand, our left leg. So inhale, right arm, left leg. Choose which variation feels right for you. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, arm and leg. Draw that navel in. Exhale, elbow to knee. Keeping that lovely stabilization, activation of your core. Let's do 2 more this side. Really nice. Now let's swap over. Left hand and right knee. Choose which variation feels right for you. Inhale, left arm out, right knee. Exhale, elbow to knee. Draw that navel in. Keeping our spine, our core stabilized. Moving with your breath. Let's do 4 more. Inhaling, exhaling. 1 more. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, elbow to knee. Plant your knees down, hands down. Bring your bum onto your heels. Walk your hands out. Rest your forehead down on the mat for a moment. Feel that your bum is really sinking back onto your heels. And give yourself these next few moments. And then on the inhale, let's look up. Gaze between your hands. Walk your hands out in front of you so your arms are straight, they're active. Plant your hands down. Feel that your thumb and index finger, the webbing between those hands, is pressed down into the mat. From here, we'll shift our way forward, tuck our toes and come into a downward facing dog. Feet are hip width apart, hands are shoulder width apart. Lovely. Let's work those heels down to the mat, opening up the backs of your knees. Draw up on your thigh muscles, so feel your kneecaps rise. Draw your navel in towards your spine. Feel your upper arms roll out as your lower arms roll in. Armpits look towards your toes. Variation 1, stay here in downward facing dog. Draw that navel in towards your spine and work here. Variation 2, on the exhale, roll like a wave into your plank position. Heels away from you, head forward. Draw your navel in towards your spine. Variation 3, on the exhale, bend your elbows, come down into a press. Come back up into your plank, where we meet variation 2, and then come back into downward facing dog, variation 1. So we're going to do that a few times. Choose where you want to work today. It could be that you do this class again and you choose a different variation. Could be that another morning you feel more energized. So just Choose which feels right for you. Inhale, dog. Exhale, variation 2 into plank. Heels away from you, head forward. Inhale here. Shift your weight so that your shoulders are over your hands. Bend your elbows. Chest hovers. Elbows bend. Exhale, press back up. Come down into downward facing dog. We'll do that 3 more times. Inhale like a wave. Hold here in plank. Shift your weight forward so shoulders are over hands. Press into your hands. Draw your navel in. Exhale, bend your elbows. Press yourself back up. Back into downward facing dog. 2 more. Inhale, plank. Exhale, bend. Press back up. Downward facing dog. And 1 more, plank. Press. Back up. Downward facing dog. Where we come. Let's lower our knees here. Bum back onto our heels. Gaze is forward though, we're not relaxing our head. Let's take a moment. And then we come to sit back up. Coming to our last asana of the class, our last working activating pose. So we are going to demystify Navasana boat pose, which is an amazing pose, but it's quite challenging. So I've broken it down. First of all, let's come to sit on those 2 bony parts in our bum, our sitting bones. Bend our knees so our feet are planted down. Really nice. Let's just bring our hands out in front of us and we come back to that beach ball we were using earlier on in the class. So, holding that beach ball in front of you, feel the energy course through your fingers, arms out through your fingers. Roll your shoulders back and feel there's a broadness here in your chest. Draw your navel in towards your spine. And feel that as you draw your navel in, you're lengthening up your spine. So there's no rounding in your lower back, there's no slumping here. As you draw in, there's a broadness in your chest, arms are out in front. This is what you want in your upper body in Navasana. So just take a moment, feel what that feels like. As you draw your navel in, it helps to stabilize our lower back and lengthen in our spine. Relax those shoulders away from you, away from your ears, but also plug them back. Now check out your knees. Were they splaying open? Draw your knees in so they are hip width apart. Really nice. And then from here, we're going to go into our second variation. So hands are going to come behind us, fingers pointing away. Roll your shoulders back. And actually walk your hands a little bit. I'd say about 2 hand lengths away. Open up in your chest. Draw your navel in. And from here, let's shift our weight back. So we're coming to really float onto those 2 bony parts. If you need to walk your hands a little further back, go ahead. Let's lift those legs so that your shins are parallel to the ceiling. Draw your navel in, point your toes, and then point your heels. Point your toes, point your heels. Feel that lengthening in your spine. Draw your navel in, that lower back. This is what we want in the full pose. Let's stay here for 1 more breath. Inhale, exhale, release those feet down. And if you want to try the full variation, come with me now. Otherwise, maybe again, you use the class again, you work into those 2 stages and you feel as you're doing that, you're getting more confident, you're understanding the pose a little bit more, and then you're like, okay, now I want to try the full pose. So it's up to you. Let's draw your navel in towards your spine, relax your shoulders down, broaden in your chest, gaze is forward. Lovely. Come to really feel that you're resting onto those 2 bony parts. I'd say let's come up onto our toes first, lift our heels, hands out in front, holding that big beach ball. Draw that navel in, and then lift right leg, left leg. We'll stay here for 5 breaths. Roll your shoulders back and down. Draw your navel in. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Really nice, guys. So, as we said, if we have a wall, let's come to the wall. If not, you can just come down into regular Shavasana. Let's bring our hips to the wall and lowering our back down. Let's finish the class with legs up the wall. This is a lovely restorative pose. It allows the circulation in our lower extremities to come into our torso, into our upper body, increasing the kind of blood around our heart, our brain. And if you prefer to come into regular Shavasana, lower your legs down. Otherwise, we're going to finish the class with our legs up against the wall. Closing your eyes here. Feel that space between your eyebrows soften. The tongue move away from the roof of the mouth. Feel the muscles of your face release. And your shoulders sink down into the ground. Feel the support in your back. And your arms heavy to the sides. And I will guide you out of Shavasana, but for the next few moments, just enjoy the silence. And then slowly feeling your fingers and your toes. If you have your legs up the wall, let's just slowly bring them down onto the ground. So we all come into our traditional Shavasana. Take a deep breath, filling your lungs full of air. And exhale any tension or stress you may be holding in your body. Let's do that again. Inhale, draw in that fresh air, that fresh energy. Feel it fill your lungs, your arms, down to your fingertips, your legs, your toes. And then exhale any stale air, any stale energy, anything that does not serve you today. On the next inhale, let's reach our arms overhead, getting a full body stretch. And just checking in with how we feel now after the class, after our core workout. On the next inhale, let's draw our knees in towards our chest. Roll over onto the right side of our body. And just take a moment to feel your hip, your shoulder press down into the ground. And know you are exactly where you need to be right now. Then, in your own time, place your top hand into the ground and press yourself up into a seated position. Let's bring our hands together at heart center.